Sometimes you just gotta make them wait a little longer. Anticipation, you know?
It's making me wait.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got me all excited for the show now that you've made me wait.
Well, we got talking about Justin Timberlake. How excited were you to hear this?
I wasn't excited. I don't have schadenfreude over it. But I don't like Justin Timberlake.
I'm aware.
So I think he really did Britney dirty, and I read her memoir, so it's from her point of view. I'm not interested in his point of view, and now we know he's a drunk driver. So it's just information that's put in the back of the head.
But Kelly, he only had one martini.
Yeah.
He refused to blow 3 times, but he only had one martini. Boy, the rumors are flying, too.
I have sympathy for the Britney thing. I don't have sympathy for this one. Because, again, it goes back to Plexico Burress carrying the gun in the club. You're worth millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. Pay some schlup to drive you around.
Yeah, it's not a difficult situation to handle correctly.
Right?
But, when you're not in the right state of mind, you start making terrible decisions.
Hey, you, hanger-oner, who's waiting for me to break you off something. Here's $5,000. It's your job to drive me around all night.
Yeah, he's worth $250 million.
Right?
By the way, regarding Plaxico Burress, let's be honest, his real sin wasn't that he took a gun in his sweatpants into a club. The real sin was that he wore sweatpants into a nightclub in New York City.
That too.
What are you doing?
So.
And what is Danny Wimmer doing to us, you guys? This is crazy.
Okay, I love it, although... Okay, go ahead and say what you're talking about.
Well, Sonic Temple is going to be May 8th through 11th next year, so it's Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, it is Mother's Day weekend?
Yes.
Now...
But it's also a chance for the weather to be even worse.
The weather is the one thing, but I saw Ronnie say something on Facebook, Ronnie Hunter, that they moved it because there is a certain amazing headliner who was only available then.
Yeah, well, Rockville also moved. So
okay.
I think it's all
linked together.
Yeah, linked together
gotcha.
with each date and everything.
For us, you run the risk of that's early May. That could be a 75-degree gorgeous day, or it could be 50 and rainy.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily hate it. I don't really hate the earlier date. I don't. I'm sort of into it, and I'm not a mom, so it doesn't impact me at all.
No, and I get that, and I'm fine with it as long as the weather's okay. That was my biggest concern, but I also like the idea that we're going to get some monster artists. Because, I thought, sure, AC/DC's all overseas this year, and then they're going to hit the United States next year, so I kind of felt like AC/DC and or Guns N' Roses. That we would get one or both, maybe.
Well, I saw some guesses. Let's see. What were the guesses? I saw somebody guess System of a Down, which would be Monster for me. I would absolutely love that.
We had them. I feel like it's going to be it'd have to be somebody absolutely legendary.
Yeah. So it's not System for you.
Well,
for me, that would be great.
Just the fact that they've been there, I feel like it's going to be a really huge name.
Well, we'll find out in May. Well, probably before May.
Yeah, so Rockville's going on sale next Monday already for next May's show, and then ours will get the on sale at the end of summer, and then we'll probably get the lineup not far after that. I mean, I don't know. It's 11 months away, So
never too early to get excited about Sonic.
No, especially when you start teasing me with some massive band.
I know. Who could it be? The thing is you can't say that because then everybody's got their opinions anyway on what a massive band is.
We don't know. We find out when you guys find out. So
we do.
That's how that goes.
Ask me a question. I'll answer it.
But we definitely know that it will happen May 8th through the 11th.
Okay, I'll ask you a question.
Ask me a question. I'll answer it.
What are you talking about?
I just ask me a question in general. I'll answer it. I will share the wealth of my knowledge with you.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Oh, okay. A little combo.
What?
Yeah. Boxers
are those like tight boxers?
Briefs too tight, boxers too loose, so you go the combo.
Yeah.
All right.
And they match my shirt, in case you were wondering.
I do have a question for you. It's going to come up later, maybe after 8, but you guys can all chew on it right now. Have you ever done anything or seen anything like really flippin' weird in the workplace? Like, has one of your coworkers done something just incredibly strange, to where the whole building's talking about it.
Oh, wow.
Think about it, all right?
think about that.
I have a story at 8 that's it's the craziest workplace situation I've ever heard.
All right. By the way, Mike texts in and says, y'all think we can dial down the humidity today? Went to use the toilet yesterday and hydroplaned right off the toilet into the bathtub, so I decided to pull a Lewis and just sat there for my shower.
That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do.
We have got more tickets to STP and Soul Asylum. Today, you are going to get second row seats. And we will give those away with a little round of triple threat trivia just after 7 o'clock. We've also got tickets to see comedian Andrew Schultz. We announced that show yesterday. He'll be at the Palace Theater September 21st. We'll have those for you just after 8, along with couples therapy. Right now, Morning Blitz trivia, $25 to waterbeds and stuff. If you're the first one to text in the correct answer, this should be very easy. 99700 is where you want to text. What legendary baseball player died yesterday? I'm sure everybody knows, but the first one to get it in will get the $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
Are you Willie Mays, the greatest baseball player of all time?
I don't do that.
So many things happen with me on the baseball field that I could just look back and just replay every moment. I never had a day where somebody would not come up and say, I saw you make a play, I love you because of what you did for me, and it made me feel very, very proud because not only did I play baseball for the people, they enjoyed what I did.
Great Willie Mays.
The Say Hey Kid.
Absolutely. It's 6:25, the Morning Blitz with Dick Kelly and Lewis. Lost Willie Mays yesterday. Legendary baseball player.
Man.
He was the godfather to Barry Bonds.
That's so weird.
It's also, I remember the Indians, Willie Mays Hayes, his likeness. He was fast.
Yeah.
Always tried to hit with power, but he just never wanted to leg those out. But, he had a nice career.
660 home runs. Record-tying 12 Gold Glove Awards. Elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, 1979.
Pretty impressive.
Died at the age of 93. Lived a long life.
Yeah. Sure did.
Jason Meadows from Washington Courthouse, first one to text in the correct answer. Our question was, who was the legendary baseball player who died yesterday? Obviously, Willie Mays. And Jason gets that $25 to waterbeds and stuff. And, what was it? What did Barry Bonds say about him?
Oh, Barry Bonds yesterday issued a statement saying, Willie Mays made him the man he is today. And I'm like, you're blaming Willie Mays for you being an a-hole? Like, that's not cool.
Oh, my gosh. I remember when Barry broke the home run record, and everybody was just, glued to that. And there was so much controversy, because of the steroids and all of that stuff. And, Barry Bonds' mistress talked about how shrunk his junk was from all the steroids, and
he never admitted it, though, right?
I don't think so.
I think he's one of the holdouts that never admitted it, despite the fact that everybody knows.
What, that he has tiny action in his drawers?
No steroid use.
Well, it's both. I mean, those go together. That's what caused it.
Yeah, you don't really want to admit that.
But again, here's the thing. Every one of those guys should admit it, and baseball should just say...
That they have a little junk?
No, that too. But the steroid thing, every one of those guys should admit they're on steroids. Roger Clemens, all of them, just come out and say... Yep, we did it because baseball knew about it and let it happen because it was putting butts in seats when those guys were banging home runs out of every yard in the country.
True.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I don't think any of them are ashamed of their steroid use, but they know what we're going to think when they admit it. We know we're going to be like, oh, okay.
Right.
I see what you're dealing with.
But the whole sport knew about it.
Right. I don't think they care. I really don't. I think it's the connection with small wieners that makes them not admit it. I promise you. They don't care about using steroids.
That and back
They're
acne.
fine with it.
That and back acne. Back acne's no joke. I mean, you've seen somebody in line, you're like, you don't want to get close to that.
Is that worse than admitting that you're working with micro
Small
stitch?
junk? I mean, look, a lot of guys deal with small junk. Not everybody's dealing with back acne, though. Back acne just screams, oh, roid rager.
I gotcha.
Jeez.
And then when they turn around and they're wearing biker shorts and there's no bulge, then you really know. Oh, you got the combination back acne and biker shorts with no bulge. Hey, how's that roid working for you?
Oh, okay. Somebody texted us. They didn't leave their name. Just want to clear up that steroids don't actually shrink your junk. Your testicles will get smaller. That in turn just makes the rest of it look bigger.
Yeah, that's what she said. She was just talking about his testicles being all shrunk up.
Just tiny little chestnuts.
She said they were like she said they look like raisins.
Like grape tomato. Oh, smaller than a grape tomato. Gotcha.
The fact that his head grew 3 times the normal size should have been a clear sign.
That was now that's another thing.
Oh, a big head?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everybody, Mark McGuire. Look at McGuire.
Yeah.
You look at Mark McGuire when he was younger and he's this like skinny redheaded kid. All of a sudden, a couple of years later, he's swole. Like, oh, okay.
They even made a song about Willie.
Say hey, say who, say Willie, say hey, say who, swinging at the plate, say hey, say who, say Willie, that Giants kid is great, that Giants kid is great, say Willie, what you gonna say?
Your rock station, 99.7 The Blitz.
All right, so we've all got something to tell you guys, and we'll do that when we come back. It's not like some special event or anything. We just
no big announcement.
No. Doug Rogers, I absolutely will not recount my soundiculous wins because of my testosterone injections. Testosterone is a legal drug and it does not tarnish the game.
Oh,
he wants you to recant.
His wins are tainted, Kelly. I didn't even realize.
There's no asterisk by my name.
Yes, there is.
You are suspended for a whole season.
It's Ghost on the Morning Blitz, 6:39. Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Halfway through the work week, get fired up about that. I mean, that's if you don't like your job. I mean, for me, it doesn't. I like my job, so.
I love my job and I love the weekend.
It's just Wednesday. But for that person that's milking that clock on a 95-degree day, driving around with one arm out the left side of the window as slow as they possibly can to inch every cent out of that hour, begging for the weekend. You're halfway through your work week, my friend. Get fired up about that. Meanwhile, go a little faster so the rest of us don't have to pay the price.
The person's driving to work right now. We're going, wait a minute, I got a whole day ahead of me. We start so much earlier than the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So, and it gets cold in here. You know.
Oh, when the fan kicks on?
Yeah, as opposed to being working outdoors in this terrible heat.
Yeah, you don't understand those Blitzkrieg air conditioning units are no joke. The struggle is real.
All right, I got something.
What you got?
So we're talking about working in heat. Well, I don't know if you guys have seen any of these videos of Taylor Swift playing it outside in 50-degree weather. Have you seen the snot videos?
No.
You guys haven't seen? Oh, my God, they're disgusting. This is hilarious. So she's outside in 50 degrees doing her show, and snot. She is dealing with so much snot. And there's so many videos of people who have caught this, like close-ups, where she wipes it off her face, and you can see this long strand of snot hanging from her hand. Aww. And then when she's at the piano playing, it's coming out her nose, so she's licking it off of her nose as she's playing piano. It is absolutely disgusting. Now, some people are calling it gross and nasty, but others say, well, it just makes Taylor seem more human. Well, yeah, she's got a nose, she's got sinuses, but I'm just watching these videos laughing because, I mean, the girl is covered. It's like on her hands. She's wiping it on her clothes.
Oh, that's sad, though.
I thought it was hilarious. I mean, it was 50 degrees out.
Gross.
You know? What's that?
Seeing the gleam in your eye when you're knowing that you were going to talk about Taylor Swift's snot, I feel like I should be more excited about this than I actually am.
I just thought it was hilarious.
Overall excitement.
It was funny, man. I mean, when you see it hanging from her hand, I'm like, oh, this is crazy, man. This is what you're dealing with on stage.
Ugh. All right, well, I got something.
Okay.
I get Indeed emails, the job search engine.
Oh, yeah,
I've gotten them for
Indeed.
years. There must have been some point I put in a search over the years, and I get daily emails from Indeed. Something caught my eye. So every now and again, I'll just see what's out there because, well, I have a family member who would like to change careers. So, something caught my eye that I thought was really interesting. If you are between jobs or looking for a new career, I thought this might be a good start for somebody. No experience necessary. You don't have to have a college degree. If you have a little bit of art education, it's helpful, but not necessary. There's a place called the Christmas Animatronic Magic and the Scare Factory, based here in the Reynoldsburg area, and they are looking for immediately for production artists to build animatronic characters and creatures for movies, TV, amusement parks, and attractions.
Wow, that's cool.
They say they are willing to teach you. If you are willing to learn, they want you to learn the industry, and they will take the time to show you. It's $15 to $20 an hour, so you're not going to get rich off it. Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It's a full-time gig, but it will give you an entrance into that sort of industry if that's something that piques your interest. I thought, well, that would be a cool job, building animatronics. So right now they're working on this huge exhibition of screen used movie props. So they're refurbing things and kind of getting the whole thing ready. And so they're looking to hire on a couple people.
I wonder if that kind of stuff you learn, if that's available in classes at like CCAD still exists, right?
Oh, yeah.
Columbus College of Art and Design.
Yeah.
I just haven't heard about it for a while, but it's still there. If they learn stuff like that over there,
I
and
don't
if you're
know.
just out of school there, it might be a good starting job.
Yeah, I kind of like
what you're doing.
I sort of like the no experience necessary. We will teach you the business type situation, because how many people are in that? They don't have, a college degree or don't have any sort of like industry experience in a certain place, and you're looking for something. You're out there wandering around. Here you go.
Yeah.
On a silver platter for you.
Not gonna be fun. I got something.
Oh, yeah?
right.
We talked about Willie Mays passing away, baseball legend.
Yes.
Sports, big part of a lot of our lives, whether it be college, pro, whatever. There are no laws preventing the NBA, NFL, or any other sports league from rigging their games.
Wait, what?
There are no laws in place that prevent the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NHL, or any other sports league from rigging their games should they choose to do so.
I knew it. It's all corrupt.
No.
It's all
Not
rigged.
saying it's all corrupt. I'm just saying if you threw a fit and you argued that your team, the game was rigged, you would not have a legal ground to stand on. WarForYou.com.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, pretty wild, right?
Yes.
It's private industry.
Dude, I can't even handle this right now.
It's private industry. Which I bring this up because now with sports gambling being what it is, might get interesting.
But isn't that fraud?
No, it's private. People forget the NFL is not a government-owned industry.
No,
it's
but
a private-owned.
But we gamble on it.
Sure. Now, that's what I'm saying. This could change because of the gambling. For years, the gambling was illegal outside of Vegas. Now that gambling is widespread, maybe this gets brought up in a different way. But as of right now, NFL can rig every Super Bowl they want to, and we couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Wow. Yeah, but people would quit watching if it was ever proven.
You may be right.
But aren't you suspicious from time to time? Don't you get a tiny bit like...
No. He's fired up about that. He gets passionate about this. If you even think that there was some trickery going on.
All I've ever said is if you believe the NFL is rigged, I don't understand why you would watch.
Well, why do people watch WWE?
Well, they know it is, though.
I mean, so if I know it's rigged, what do I care? It's
because
still
of the soap opera.
It's
the soap opera.
WWE is real.
It's more about what they're saying in between the wrestling than it is about the wrestling
we do
itself.
a lot of things. Like, how popular is reality TV? And we all know that's scripted.
Okay, well, I'm definitely not going to put my passion, my money, and my time into a sport rooting for something if I know it's rigged and WWE
WWE
you know what I mean?
Is not real. Ask anybody who was brought to tears by Cody Rhodes finishing his story at WrestleMania. They'll tell you how real it was.
Yeah, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying if I believed that it was fixed, I wouldn't waste my time with it.
I'm not saying it's rigged. All I'm saying is there are no legal ramifications
right.
if it
no,
is.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So the NFL could decide that, you know what, maybe we do want the New Orleans Saints to get the Super Bowl so we can talk about Hurricane Katrina and what that city went from, and that would be legal for us to do it. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. Oh, wait. Maybe the Rams could win a Super Bowl in L.A. just because we just put them in this market and we're trying to increase our TV revenue. Just saying.
Could be.
Well, this is how all conspiracies happen. People just look at whatever will contribute to what they're trying to believe in, and then, in their mind, they think it's real.
Doug Rogers, you shut your whore mouth about WWE, Rick.
Whore mouth. We're talking about horror? Or
I think in this one he means the other one. ACDC on the Morning Blitz, 6:52 thick. Kelly, Lewis, and don't forget, Christmas in July is coming July 26th. Courtesy of Buckeye Motorsports. It's Friday. We will be helping out Nationwide Children's Hospital, taking your toys and whatnot live from our studios, 1458 Dublin Road from 6 to 10. Blitz crews on hand. Hopefully you will be there as well. You can come by and drop off a new toy or item from the wish list and help support children and teens at Nationwide Children's Hospital. Christmas in July, of course, brought to you by Buckeye Motorsports, Logan AC Heat and Services, Window Nation, and your rock station 99.7 The Blitz.
Hey, if we were Sonic Temple, we'd do Christmas in July and mid-June.
Yeah, move it back a little bit on Father's Day weekend.
Yeah. Hey, I don't hate it, though. I love the new date for
Thanks,
Sonic.
Danny. Not only are you screwing us over with 4 days and a brutal work day on Monday, but you're pissing off Mom, too. Well played, sir.
It's going to be
well
worth
played.
it. It's going to be worth it. I feel it in my bones.
yeah, if you didn't hear, Sonic Temple will be May 8th through the 11th next year. And tickets will be announced about the end of the summer. You'll be able to
You know
buy.
what? This better be Steel Dragon. That's all I can say.
Dragon. Yeah, it's supposed to be some huge band in his schedule. They
If
had to
this
change
is the Steel
schedule to make
Dragon
it work.
reunion tour, I'm all in.
Jeez. Okay, so the House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday that will automatically register men age 18 to 26 for selective service. You used to have to go do that when you turned 18.
Right.
Now it'll happen automatically. And it was part of the annual National Defense Authorization Act. So that's what's going down there. But I thought it was funny because Cardi B decided to jump online and she made a statement about this. And I'm like, what in the world does Cardi B have to say about this? Well, here it is.
So I just read an article saying that the House just passed a bill that they're going to automatically register men from 18 to 26 for war. Okay? And all I want to say is to America, good luck with that. These new little are TikTokers, baby. These ain't gonna fight no war. You're gonna die. You might as well just keep investing money in your guns, because these new kids, you want to send these new kids to fight these wars? The TikTok hip shakers? Out of your mind.
Out of your mind.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
I agree. We're not prepped for that, are we, Cardi B?
I believe.
Oh, that's great.
Don't you have to register for selective service when you turn 18?
Yeah, I said that, but not anymore. Now it's going to happen
It's just,
automatically.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It'll be automatic.
You have a social security number, you're male, you're 18, you're registered.
Yes.
You're gonna die.
You don't die.
And that very well is possible, but when the part of, you think these little TikTokers are going to go into the army, you think I'm sorry, I thought you must be under the assumption that they have a choice.
Right. Well, if there's a draft.
If there's a draft,
there's
right.
no choice. God, I can't, I never thought I can't imagine. Can you imagine seeing a draft in our lifetime again?
Well, it last happened in the 70s.
Right?
You know?
So, yeah, that'd be wild.
Yeah, because during the Gulf War, there was never. Yeah.
No.
Voluntary.
It's been voluntary forever
ever
now.
since,
So.
yeah.
But thanks, Cardi B.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, let me refresh your memory a little bit on this pooping in a Pringles can. The Ohio criminal defense attorney.
Like a song.
Yes, his name is Jack Blakesley of Noble County. He is, like I said, a criminal defense attorney, and I pooped in a Pringles can and whipped it into the parking lot of a crime victim advocacy center. This happened in 2021. He said basically he pulled this Pringles prank at least 10 times that year. And surveillance showed him whipping the can, and then inside the can was the poo. Anyway, he says, "Oh yeah, I've done this at least 10 times this year." He said he knows the people who work at the Victim Advocate Center, and he was going to get ready to see them in court in like 15 minutes. So he thought it'd be hilarious to pull that prank. Anyway, he had his law license suspended over it. Basically, the Ohio Supreme Court was questioning his fitness to do the job. So he served a 6 month sanction, and that sanction, as of yesterday, was over. He complied with the conditions. He got his license back, and old Jack Blakesley is back to practicing law. If you need a criminal defense attorney,
I know. You know why he did it so many times. I mean, once you pop, you can't stop.
I guess so. Republican lawmaker from Ohio, Jim Jordan, is asking YouTube if it changed some of its content moderation policies regarding firearms because of influence from Democratic officials. Congressman Jordan sent a letter to YouTube's parent company yesterday, Alphabet, asking for its communications with the executive branch and other entities regarding changes to the firearms content policy. Basically, he wants to see if politicians have any amount of control over online content. So I guess it would be interesting to see. It's been done before, of course, a documentary or 2 or 12 on the Jim Jones cult, the People's Temple, and the mass suicide of more than 900 people via Kool-Aid in Guyana in 1978. However, there is a new Hulu docuseries. It's out right now called Cult Massacre, One Day in Jonestown. And it's 3 episodes. This thing is archival, completely archival. It has all the footage. It has all the reports. And it documents the 4 days surrounding what is more accurately described as a mass murder.
Yeah.
There is an hour of as yet unseen footage of Jonestown taped around the massacre. It does include a first-person account of the events that led to the deaths in total of 918 people, including 300 children. Jim Jones' son is part of this docuseries, and like I said, it's available to watch on Hulu right now. So for those people like myself who love a cult documentary and you can't get enough of Jonestown, there's a brand new one on Hulu. It's supposed to be good.
That one fascinated me so much. I've watched the movie with, what was his name? Oh, geez. It's got a strange name that played Jim Jones. The Guyana tragedy. Booth. Something Booth. Powers Booth. That's his name. Yeah, he played Jim Jones in the Guyana tragedy.
Gotcha.
It was so good. But yeah, again, hearing that real audio from when they were coming up and drinking the...
Yeah, it's horrible, and it's
just
horrifying, and you do get a warning in the beginning that it's not going to be pleasant to watch. But this is the absolute worst possible outcome of a cult that has ever been out there.
And you said that's on now. It's available
right now on Hulu. Those are your 3 things.
Lincoln Park on your Morning Blitz, 7:09 with Thick, Kelly, and Lewis on the hump day. What?
I just reminded me of what we're going to talk about.
Hump day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Camels.
Oh.
At Cedar Point. Yeah, have you seen any of these videos?
The videos of petting zoo.
Yeah. So I guess Samson is like the most popular camel up there. I didn't even know they had. I had, until this story came out, I had no idea they even had a petting zoo at Cedar Point. And I've been there so many times.
Have you ever been close to a camel?
I don't think so.
They're pretty fun. I mean, they're big.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're just having fun out there. That one of them almost stomped out a guy in a wheelchair. Samson.
Put it in reverse, Terry. That's what everybody's saying in the comment section. Put it in reverse, Terry.
And then, I mean, people were like jumping over fences trying to get away because they didn't know if these things were going to be mean or. But if you when you watch the people go to the petting zoo when they're behind the fences, they come right up. People are like, feeding them and petting them and stuff. But when they got out, they just started, trotting around, running around, and people got a little nervous and they were like hopping over fences trying to get away from them. And so that was kind of funny. But the video that's the funniest is the goats. Because I don't know what they did to get out. There was like some opening came out from something in the fence there at the petting zoo, and like a few of them would come out, and then they would turn around and go back in, and then a couple more would follow them back out again, and people were laughing and taking video. But then the entire herd of goats, all at the same time, come flying out of this opening in the fence, and people, they're like just running up to people, and they're all just running around looking and bad and all that stuff. It was hilarious.
Oh, why can't I be there when something like that happens? I don't want to get stomped by a camel, but I would love to be surrounded by goats.
It is. You go there are so many videos on TikTok of this. And speaking of Cedar Point, I heard. I don't know. You doing anything about Cedar Point in your news?
No, I don't think so.
Cedar Falls is the company that owns Cedar Point and Kings Island.
Yeah.
Are merging with Six Flags.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you knew that?
I don't, but why are your eyes so big about that?
I'm worried about this.
Why?
Oh, you are?
Yeah, because their headquarters are going to be in North Carolina. It's Six Flags. Six Flags is like a carnival compared to Cedar Point to me. I just don't want to see it get messed up. I'm not a fan of Six Flags, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it feels like the bigger company is just sort of ingesting a smaller one. So it's going to make Six Flags better rather than making Cedar Point worse. That's how I feel about it.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Who's going to be the major side here? I guess is what I'm wondering. Is it going to be more about Cedar Falls absorbing Six Flags?
Or the other side of that?
Or is it Six Flags absorbing Cedar Falls?
Isn't Six Flags the bigger brand?
Okay, it's Cedar Fair, by the way.
Or Cedar Fair. Okay, thank you. Sorry
I think
about
Cedar Fair... I mean, Six Flags is the bigger brand. Six Flags has parks in every state. I don't know if Cedar...
I don't know about Cedar Fair.
Does. Because they bought Kings Island a few years back.
So they're moving their headquarters from Sandusky to...
North Carolina. That's what I read. That's what I read.
Okay. Interesting.
So, yeah, I just don't mess this up. Six Flags, do not mess up our park. We got the greatest roller coaster park on the planet. Don't mess it up. But you can, keep the goats locked up. It's fine. So, yeah, but if you haven't seen these videos, man, they're absolutely hilarious. And, they're all over the place. YouTube, TikTok, you can find them everywhere.
They're the Smashing Pumpkins. We are the Morning Blitz, 724. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. I'm Lewis.
So we were talking about Six Flags and Cedar Fair, which owns Cedar Point and Kings Island, merging. We got a couple texts here. Derek said Cedar Fair will control 51% of the company. Tracy said Cedar Fair is in charge, so that's good news.
Yeah.
John D.
Six Flags in charge.
John D. said after Kings Island was bought, they lost their luster. I agree, because they should have never given up. They should have found a way to keep the rights to Paramount. Because they had Paramount forever, and they had a lot of the rides.
Well, didn't Paramount bought them first?
Yes.
And then sold them again.
Yeah.
So.
But they should have cut a deal to at least keep the names of stuff.
Like Top Gun.
Because now they renamed Top Gun the Bat, which is, I don't get, because there's a lot of negative connotation to the Bat. But it's funny because I had to explain to the kids when we were there one year, I'm like, this used to be Top Gun, and it used to be painted like an aircraft carrier. And you can see where they got like all the way through and then went, good enough.
I think they did it because it's a hanging coaster, and the Bat was the first ever hanging coaster.
Right.
So I think that's probably why they did it.
But I think one of those, the stunt ride was like a James Bond thing that they had to get rid of, and then they had to get rid of, like, the one was named after the Italian Job, and they had to get rid of that. So
Dave said all good as long as the mouse doesn't take over the place. Start charging.
I was bummed when they got rid of Hanna-Barbera Land.
Yeah, for Snoopy.
Yeah.
All right. So we have got tickets for Stone Temple Pilots and Soul Asylum. They are playing a show at the Ohio State Fair on Friday, July 26th. Tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster. All this week, we're giving away tickets in the first 5 rows. Today's tickets are in the second row, and we're going to play Triple Threat Trivia for somebody to win these tickets. I've got the phone lines on hold right now because everybody starts calling, and you can't possibly get this right because I haven't played it yet. So the first person who can identify all 3 Stone Temple Pilot songs in this montage will get the second row seats. And the phone number is 1-800-821-9970. Don't call yet. I haven't played it yet. So this is it. You're going to have a quick clip of 3 different songs from Stone Temple Pilots, and you have to tell us what the 3 songs are.
Lady Picture Show.
Stop.
Dancing Days are here again.
Can you play it again?
Oh, I'm going to play it. Yeah. I'll probably have to play it several times.
Yeah.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Oh.
Definitely Lady Picture Show. Definitely Dancing Days are here
All
again.
right, phone's open. 1-800-821-9970. Tell us the title of all 3 of these Stone Temple Pilot songs. Kelly's thinking hard. You got the last one?
Last one.
1-800-821-9970. Come on now. Somebody going to get this. I know, it's tough.
All right, well, but they were all hits.
Yeah,
right?
oh, yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's good. There's a good hint for you.
Absolutely.
All right. What's a toughie?
Nobody's calling yet. Oh, here we go. Hi, the Blitz.
So is it Interstate Love Song, Plush, and Wicked Gardens?
Oh, no, sorry. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, that was cold.
Daggone it. I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that.
All right, try us back.
Jeez. 1-800-821-9970. Tell us these 3 STP songs. Hi, the Blitz. Hello, the Blitz. Well, they hung up. I guess they decided they didn't know.
Yeah. It's easy.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, it's not as hard as you think.
Can we play it one more time? We'll let people chew on it.
Yeah. All right. Well, right, here we go. Hi, the Blitz. Who's this? Hello, the Blitz. Okay.
I say we take a break and give people a chance to chew on it.
I agree. Let's do it.
Hang on. I got another call coming in. Hi, the Blitz.
Hey, I think I got it.
All right. What are the 3 songs?
Plush, Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart, and Wicked Garden.
There it is. There we go. Dude, you're going to see them from the second row. What's your name?
This is The Method, Jason.
Oh, The Method. Yeah, he texts in as The Method. Jason, what's going on, man? Well, congratulations. You got second row seats to see STP and Soul Asylum, and that show is Friday, July 26th at the Ohio State Fair. Hang on for me for just a moment, all right?
Will do, thanks.
All right, we still got fifth row to give away tomorrow, and then we'll have front row Friday to get you into the front row to see STP.
It's Collective Soul, 738, with Thick, Kelly, and Lewis, the Morning Blitz. Good morning. Thanks for hanging with us.
It's a hot one, folks.
Yeah.
What's the temp right now? I'm going to look it up.
It is 76.
Oh, that's nothing.
Ah, but it'll be what? What was it yesterday when we were like 9 o'clock? It was already 80
82.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to 94 today, but it's cloudy, but muggy. Again, did either of you have any storms?
Not yesterday.
It looked like it was, when I left here yesterday, probably 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish, it looked like it was going to storm any second, and it never did.
So I'm wondering, Kelly, and you brought this up earlier this morning. We're talking about it off the air, about people. Does it get too hot for some people? Do they get the day off because it's too hot?
Yeah, I'm looking at people working with blacktop, roofing. I was even looking at a FedEx driver with, both side doors open. And I'm like, I know that guy's driving around with no air conditioning. It's 90 degrees out. Like, is there a day, I'm doubting FedEx would give you a day off, but is there a temperature that you can reach where your construction company or whatever says, don't come in today, it's too dangerous?
I don't know.
Does that happen?
Post office trucks, the old school duck-looking trucks,
yeah,
they don't have AC in them.
They don't?
Nope.
Why? I don't get that. Why would you not provide
radios,
it? Is
no
it just
AC.
a cost-cutting thing?
No, I think they were just designed at a time when AC wasn't standard in a car. You paid extra for air conditioning.
No radios?
No radios, no AC?
That is unnecessarily harsh.
Yeah, text us at 99700 if you're in a job where it can get so hot that they tell you you're not working.
Yeah, but despite being run by the government, and maybe it is because it's run by the government, the post office is one of the most archaic, out-of-date setups you will ever see in any industry, ever, anywhere.
And I know I don't think they're retrofitting, but all new, was it FedEx? The union just made some kind of deal with the drivers and the company. It was one of the big ones, like FedEx or UPS, where all new trucks have to have air conditioning in them.
Oh, I think a lot of those Amazon vans do because they're standard. Those vans, like those Sprinter vans, have AC, but it's the some of those ice cream truck style delivery trucks. I don't know if they do. The post office trucks definitely don't.
There are a lot of people got today off.
Yeah, Juneteenth.
For Juneteenth. But I don't know about construction, roofing, whatever. I know that, trash and all that's off today.
If we ever get a pool, I want to tell you that if I ever get a pool, I'm going to invite you. Can if you deliver anything to me, you can come swim in my pool. Come take a dip.
Somebody let a guy do that yesterday. I saw the video. The Amazon driver. He said, "Well, dude, if you want to jump in our pool, go right ahead.
100%.
Uniform, everything. Just jumped right in, sat there for a few seconds, crawled out, come out the ladder, and said, "Thanks a lot, man. I feel a lot better."
If I do a GoFundMe to get a pool, because they're like 30, 40 grand.
Sure.
Well, that's a big chunk of money.
You know what? Don't buy a pool.
Just dig a hole in your backyard.
No, Swimply. We got to go with Swimply.
What is Swimply?
Yes.
Swimply came out several years ago, but they were only in like L.A. and Florida. Now they're in Columbus.
Yeah, they have them here.
You can rent a pool. Somebody just like a Airbnb. You can rent a pool.
Oh wow!
Somebody's private pool.
Oh, that's what I'll do. We'll build the pool and then I'll rent it out.
Oh,
if that bad boy paid for it, a matter of 15 years.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not expensive. I mean,
no, it is expensive. Do you want to?
No,
I'm
talking about to rent one. I'm talking about using Swimply.
Right, it is expensive. I am looking at
$35 an hour.
This one is $40 an hour.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Carrie said,
You could go like 6 times to a public pool,
right? But not a private pool. But how much are you going to pay to build a pool? Did you say?
Well, you're
$40,000.
Yeah, $40,000.
Come on, I could have 10 pool parties a year.
I am not paying $40 to swim in some rando's pool for an hour. I'm not doing it.
Well, now some of these are pretty nice. Do you see this? The backyard escape on the northwest side. You can have up to 30 guests for $45 an hour. That place is gorgeous.
How about this heated saltwater pool in Hilliard?
Yeah.
$40.50 an hour. I'm not doing it.
A lot of people are apparently working in the heat. Nate is a Pepsi driver, and he said, we don't have AC in our trucks because we don't live in a state that it is DOT required.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Or DOT regulated, excuse me. Jason said his company decided to only work 6 to 4 this week because of the heat. However, they asked me to come at 3 a.m. and work to 3 p.m. to keep production going. Ryan's about to replace concrete in Easton. No day off. Medline Industries in West Jefferson. If it's too hot, we get an extra break. Carrie says he's a cable guy. No slowing down because of the heat or the cold, no matter the temp.
Wait, did you read Chris's? Kelly, I drive for FedEx in your area. No air conditioning, and the roof of the back of the truck is clear plastic, which turns into an oven. At least 10 degrees to the truck. Oh, I wonder if you're the one I saw drive down my street, Chris. I saw you yesterday. Maybe you.
Somebody said no construction days off for heat or cold.
Ron said everything got AC now. Excavators, little dozers, car garages.
Oh, that's good. But, like roofers. Any roofers listening?
There's no air conditioning on the roof.
I was part of a roofing crew my freshman year of college. Let me tell you what a horrible... I feel for roofers. What
Are you working in a 90, 95 degree
every day?
Oh.
And I was the schlub on the crew, so I had to be the one to carry shingles. You want to talk about hell. It's an awful job.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I'm sure some of those guys have the advanced stuff where they mechanically bring them up to the top of the roof. But even so, when you're on top of that roof, on a black roof...
Blazing.
It's blazing hot.
Tony says, I drive a concrete mixer, no AC. What? Oh, that's gotta be hot.
Yeah, so back to these pools. I think we should rent one and broadcast live one morning from one of these pools.
Okay, number one, there is a 0% chance of me being in a bathing suit in front of you guys.
Well,
so
you
number
don't have
two,
to be in a bathing suit. We can be poolside.
Hey, we broadcast live from a pool. I'm going full Speedo.
Full Speedo?
Full Speedo.
Well, what do you think about it? $50 an hour, $200 for the morning. We're out there from 6 to 10. We can invite a few. We can have winners, that could come with us and be at the pool while we do this.
And I want Speedos, arm floaties, and I want one of those cool chairs that I can sit in the pool that holds my beverage.
Yeah, looking at this pool here, it's private oasis among the trees, heated pool in Worthington. Oh, only up to 8 guests, but it's got one of those big old Pelican floats.
And also, can I ask just a technical question about Swimply? I rent your pool. Do I get to use your bathroom, or am I just taking a whiz right in the water? Because, we have a big party of people. You have 30 people, and we're all knocking on your back door asking to use your bathroom.
Yeah, I wondered about that, too. Now, I thought, the people who have a pool house with a bathroom in the pool house, that would make sense.
Do you see a bunch of those there
I don't
on
know.
Swimply in Central Ohio?
I don't know. I'm looking at pictures, and I see a pool house. I don't know if there's a bathroom in it. You know what I mean?
Buzzard says law enforcement, no weather, no holidays off. Ashley said her husband's an iron worker. They work no matter the temp. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun, though? Do the show from a pool?
No.
Shadow said long sleeve button down shirt with a tie.
I literally cannot drink coffee and not go to the bathroom like 20 times during the morning show. So
Just pee in the
what am
pool.
I doing? Well, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, she's not even going to be in a bathing suit, so.
No, so we're going to knock on the back door 20 times between 6 and 10 a.m.
What are you gonna wear to a pool party if you're not wearing your bathing suit? I'm just curious. You're not going full jeans and a t-shirt at a pool party, are
You
you?
see what I got on now?
I
My
do.
heaviest jeans, a t-shirt, and a jacket?
Yeah.
Buddy, that's my pool party.
It's the lamest pool party ever.
Okay.
Why don't you get some shorts and a t-shirt? Live it up a little bit.
I'll wear a t-shirt.
Ryan said most in-ground pools on the low end are now running $100,000 in Columbus with a 2-year waiting list.
Ryan, are you serious?
Wow.
Dang.
Just dig your own hole in the yard. Cover it with some plastic.
It's
You're
just,
good.
you know, if I get it, like if you're in Florida and you can use that pool 10 months out of the year, I get it. But $100,000 for a pool to use for 3 months a year? Yeah, I like this Swimply. Swimply. That's Wimply.
That's a dumb name, too.
It's, I think a swim and simply, I'm guessing, is.
Yeah, I guess.
You know.
Simply Swim,
Yeah.
Swimply.
You know. But.
I don't know. If you want 20 people peeing in your pool, then I guess go rent your pool out.
Yeah, better than one I'm renting than my own private pool that I paid $100,000 for.
Better put a lot of chlorine in that thing.
I want a $100,000 pool of my own.
It would be nice.
Yeah, I really do.
Do they make penicillin showers?
Penicillin showers?
All right, before you get in my pool, going to need everybody to run through the penicillin shower first.
Absolutely no peeing in the pool. Yeah, okay. You know nobody follows that rule.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, Doug said he can drop us off a porta potty.
Oh, okay. Well, it's an idea, although I'm just... All right.
Gerald said he's been welding for 13 years with no AC.
Jeez.
Oh, welding. My gosh, you guys.
JC said I work for Enterprise Rent-A-Car and the wash bay is 10 to 20 degrees hotter than the temperature outside.
Ouch.
I tell you, if I had a pool, you could all come to my pool for free.
Ross.
No peeing in the pool, Bill.
Ross said he works the oil field, no days off. Ouch.
Remember when we informed Lewis that the whole pool water turning blue if you peed in it was a
myth,
and he couldn't believe it. He thought it was real.
I still don't know if you're being honest with me.
I am being honest with you.
If you come to my pool, we do have that technology.
If I were doing what you were doing, I would implement that technology as well.
I can pee in my pool, but nobody else can.
Jeez. But come on. Wouldn't that be a blast? We were doing a show from the pool. We had listeners there having a big pool party. Come on.
Would there be
a good time?
Booze? No booze.
Yes.
I'm gonna take
What do you mean? We gotta have booze.
Liability.
Yeah, well, liability's on them. We're insured through Swimply, so.
Okay, as long as everybody's signing waivers.
Yeah, that's it's like Airbnb. You know, if you rent your Airbnb, there's an insurance thing through Airbnb that takes care of your liability. Same deal with Swimply.
So. I'm having a no sex in my pool house rule too. I don't want to walk in.
Mate, you and Kelly are just no fun.
Flyleaf at 7:52 Morning Blitz. Kelly Quinn, Thick Rick. I'm Lewis. No sex in my pool house.
Oh, pool house.
Yeah,
but in the pool itself.
I mean, if you're going to do that
good
public
luck.
thing, yeah. I mean, but I just don't want to walk in on what I don't want to see or unsee in my own pool house.
Yeah. That's why it's tough when you start inviting people in.
Right?
Then you can't control that crap.
Exactly.
Dave said he's watching the Olympic swimming last night, and Kelly was right about the bottom half of the women's suits. This might as well be a slingshot. Remember when you talked about the uniforms? So they're actually wearing them? Like I said, they should just none of them should shave.
I think they have a choice. I think they
do
give
they?
you a choice of swimsuit.
Popcorn Pam said a Bloody Mary bar.
Ooh,
All right.
that sounds delish.
At the pool?
Do you know what I want? If I have a pool, if I ever get a pool, I want to have somebody was mentioning going to the concession stand. I want to have old school pool concessions.
Yeah.
Like frozen zero bars and push-up pops.
What was the crunch, the chocolate crunch and ice cream?
Yeah, the ice cream with and they had the strawberry version too.
Oh, you're talking about those popsicle, they had like the little crunchy things on them?
Yes.
Yeah, it was ice cream. It wasn't
It was
popsicle.
ice cream.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was like an ice cream bar, but
Like
the
one was
crunchy,
strawberry,
like-
called strawberry shortcake, and the other was called Captain Crunch
Something
or
like
something
that.
like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all in there. Also, stick pretzels, like the pretzel rods with mustard if you want.
Hot dogs,
pizza.
Yeah.
That's going to be in my dream concession stand at my $100,000 pool in my backyard.
I'm just going to rent somebody's
It's just
pool.
a concept now, people. It's just a concept.
Yeah, I got to tell my neighbor about Swimply, man, that he could rent his pool out. I don't know if he realizes this. Then he'll start charging me.
Yeah.
We don't want that. I currently don't pay.
Yeah, I mean, concession stand's nice. You got to have a bouncer. You don't want people getting out of hand at your pool. Absolutely.
You are really like going in. You're expecting things to go sideways right off the bat.
It is Blitz Nation.
Thank
Kelly.
you. It's Blitz Nation. You add alcohol, pool, hot day, temperatures start to flare, tempers start to flare. Yeah, I need a bouncer.
Okay.
Just saying.
Doug says, did you catch a bad case of syphilis at the company pool party? WarForYou.com.
Absolutely.
JC's all about it. He's ready for our pool party. I am too. Come on, you guys. It's cheap. No? Yeah.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
There are 39 traffic lights on Route 23 between Worthington and Waldo in Marion County, which is an enormous pain in the butt for people who drive it. Governor DeWine this week called that whole corridor unacceptable and recommended eliminating all but 7 or fewer of those traffic lights to help improve traffic flow, which would be amazing. So right off the bat, ODOT has identified 7 traffic signals for elimination. They are the ones between Pennsylvania Avenue and Delaware, north to Route 229. But that whole stretch is going to be reimagined small portions at a time. So that is great news for people who are constantly stuck in traffic on Route 23. There is some little bad news for night owls, which I think we all kind of know already, but there's a new study out of Stanford that shows that going to bed late is bad for your mental health. Researchers found that going to bed no later than 1 a.m., which to me is like wildly late. But they're like, if you're in bed by 1 a.m. and you get yourself at least 7 hours of sleep, then you're cool.
Yeah, 7 hours is good.
Yes. Any later than that, apparently you have a greater risk of developing depression and anxiety. So best thing you can do for yourself is get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. That is optimal. And the second best thing, or maybe an equally good thing to do, is get up early and make the most out of the daylight hours. All right, guys?
Yeah, lack of sleep obviously causes you to start taking pictures of yourself in black and white nudes. So
tastefully done.
OnlyFans has been known to do that too, though.
All right. Well, here's this workplace issue that I'm just... It's so weird. Politics obviously can be cutthroat, but this is a really odd move in the Vermont legislature. Republican Representative Mary Morrissey, she's 67 years old. She represents the same district as her Democratic colleague, 62-year-old Jim Carroll. The two have known each other since they were kids. They both go to the same church. But old Mary has got some kind of burr up her butt about Jim because since January, she has been pouring cups of water into his tote bag. He noticed in January everything in his tote bag was completely soaked. So he's like, what is going on? It happened again. So he decides, I'm setting up a little secret recording footage. Like it's going to be aimed right at my tote bag. I'm going to catch the person who's doing this. Sure enough, in 2 separate videos, Mary is seen dumping cups of liquid into his tote bag. Her face isn't in the video, but all her colleagues are like, oh yeah, that's Mary. I can see her hair. That's Mary's gray hair. We know it's her. So he confronted her. He's like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was your bag. What?
Wow. Why? Okay.
And then
but whose bag did you think it was?
So then she claims, oh, well, I was just splashing water at it because I saw a bug on it. And he's like, multiple times since January? Okay. Anyway, she won't comment any further. He said he saw the video. It just made him sad. He's like, what is her problem?
That is bizarre.
And he said he's still considering whether to pursue the matter. He doesn't know if he'll drop it or take it any further, but...
Did he tell his boss?
I mean, everybody knows. It's huge news. I mean, it was like it made the news and everything in Vermont that this was going on. I mean, that's somebody who's not like exactly equipped to be a state legislator, are they?
No.
When you're dumping cups of water into your colleagues'
Bizarre.
backpacks and tote bags.
Who is running things?
It's weird. But anyway, I did ask, I don't know if I have time to tell, it's just a quick story about when I used to work at a different radio station. We played oldies music.
Wait, is this better than this story?
It's worse.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
no,
worse.
can we come
Can we
back?
come back on that?
Yeah.
No, let's come back.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I want to hear this. We'll get this story.
I've told it before, but it really
you
is
have?
worth telling again. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
It's good.
Nirvana. All apologies. 8:09. It's the Morning Blitz. Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. What?
All right. Do you want my quick, like, weird work story that happened? All
absolutely.
right. Somebody I worked with, and I guess they maybe narrowed it down to maybe who it could have been. They never actually put this person, put this person's business out there. But let me tell you this quick story. I worked at a radio station in the early 90s, and we played oldies music, and they have short songs. Those old, I mean, and I'm talking oldies, 60s.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
2 minutes,
2-minute songs.
20.
So, where the radio station was situated at sort of the 12th floor of an enormous building downtown, that was the old Fifth Third Bank building, you had to go out of the studio, down the hall, outside the actual radio station to another hallway to get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
There's not really that kind of time when you're doing oldies music.
Right.
So it does put you in a little bit of a situation in terms of taking a bathroom break. Well, one morning, and I'd get to work, maybe around 4 a.m. or so, and go back in the area where my desk was, and it really just smelled so bad. It smelled so bad. And then other people started coming in. We're like, what is that? What is that smell? So we walked back, opened a door, and walked back to the actual studio. Somebody had taken a dump in the trash can, a human dump, and just left it there. Didn't clean it up or anything.
Well, at least they had the courtesy to use the trash can. That could have been a lot
you're
worse.
right. You're right. However, I'm thinking just take it one step further and collect that in a bag and do something with it. Don't leave it for me to find in the morning. So it was like,
oh,
this
you left it for the next morning?
Oh, yes. No,
that
it was
right.
left there. It was left there for the morning people to find. All right. Gross, right? I mean, it's horrendous. I don't know if you have ever been around human poop that has been laying there for some hours and just festering. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever smelled in my life.
I don't think I'd have hung out there.
It's become a huge incident at the radio station. Like, what is happening? You guys, it happened again. It happened again. A second time. It was such an issue at the radio station. I mean, I don't know. And it was before the time of surveillance cameras or whatever. So you weren't seeing what was happening. Oh. And honestly, I think they figured out who did it because somebody did get fired and they didn't say why. And it never happened again. So I feel like they did figure out who did it. But you guys, it was the talk of the town in our radio station.
Wow.
Who is pooping and leaving it in the trash can for the rest of us to find the next morning? That is a person with a vendetta. A vendetta.
Well, that happened at ESPN several years ago. There was a woman with irritable bowel syndrome.
Okay.
And the floor she was on didn't have a bathroom, so she had to go down the stairs to the next floor below or the floor above to use the bathroom. But she had IBS. So she was going into this vacant office and doing it in the trash can in there. This was a true story out of ESPN.
Yeah.
It was in the news. And, so I mean, could it have been a situation like that?
Okay, here's my only issue with that is fine. I understand people have problems. I understand it's a 2-minute song and you have to poop. So there's no possible way for you to be able to make it back in time. That just the technology wasn't there.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So I'm saying put a liner in the trash can. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Collect that thing and literally take it to a dumpster or somewhere appropriate.
Clean up after yourself.
Leave it. Now that is a person who's got some anger inside. That's a person who's trying to prove a point and wants to show you that you, I mean, that's a situation that requires some type of therapy, I think, to deal with your anger. Anyway, that was my workplace issue, and I just didn't know if you guys ever had any type of weird situations like that.
All right. We will come back to that. We do have Andrew Schultz tickets to give away, playing the Palace Theater on Saturday, September 21st. Tickets go on sale this Friday at Ticketmaster. If you would like those tickets, just text Andy, A-N-D-Y. Text Andy to 99700. Text number 50. You'll get the tickets.
Good morning, Blitz. 824. Kelly, Thick, and Lewis. Kelly had an odd work story. I wouldn't call it odd. I'd call it gross.
Bizarre.
It's like criminal,
just
almost.
bizarre.
Almost. Yeah, just a quick recap is I worked at a radio station in the early 90s, and somebody, a phantom pooper, we called him the Unipooper. Remember the Unabomber? Nobody knew who the Unabomber was? We called this guy the Unipooper.
That's...
And I say it's a guy because it was a hefty leaving, if I might say, in the trash can at work.
So we're
that's
just gonna...
that's man poop
that
right there.
was
That
a
is
man
some
style. That is
sure?
a man meal turned into, but I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. But anyway, I was just making assumptions. But this person would poop in the trash can and did it more than once and then just leave it sit there all night long for the morning people to find. It was absolutely horrifying. So I was like wondering about work stories and something that an employee did that got everybody talking because it was so wild. Like I was thinking over at 10 TV when Mike Davis got arrested, they must have been going absolutely that had to be the craziest thing that's ever happened to anybody who worked there. I mean, absolutely wild. But we're getting a lot of poop stories, which I appreciate.
There was... Mike said he was on a construction site back in the mid-'90s and caught a fellow taking a dump in a 5-gallon paint.
Oh, like full of paint?
Yeah, he said it was a brand new 5 gallons of paint, and somebody took a dump in it.
I wonder if that affects whether it floats or not. The paint, the consistency.
I mean, maybe if you're bored this weekend, do a little experimentation.
Yeah, there you go.
See?
Steve said we got called into a meeting years ago at my old job because someone took stuff out of the toilet and wrote on the walls with it. They removed the stall doors afterwards.
Oh my gosh!
Now you ruined it for everybody.
Oh,
there was a dude that worked in a building that I worked in that had his side hustle was because there was a DVD burner in the station. He would burn porn for people.
Okay,
so like he would go rent. For those who don't know, Family Video was in business for as long as it was because of the porn industry.
The back room.
So he would go to Family Video and rent a stack of porn DVDs, and then burn them at the station on DVD so you would have a copy of the movie, and then he would use the copier at the station to download the box cover art and copy it.
Right.
And he had his whole enterprise going.
Yeah, so, people did the same thing making bootleg CDs.
Right.
You know?
They could never get him for that, although everybody knew that's what he did. However...
Wait, did he have beads instead of a door on his into his studio?
No, but he was in charge of running the control room for, I think it was like a college basketball game one night. And while the game... Or no, it was a baseball game. I take that back. It was a baseball game. And while they were in rain delay forever, there was nothing going on. So he had to stay there. Well, he got a little bored. And then he got a little handsy with himself. And the cleaning lady walked in and caught him.
Oh,
and that's when he got let go. And but my boss was the one that had to let him go. I've never wanted to be in a room so bad in my life just so I could see how that conversation went.
Oh. It's like George Costanza having sex with a cleaning lady. He's like, was that wrong? Because nobody ever told me ahead of time that sort of thing was frowned upon.
But I just,
JD said it can't be a unipooper if he did it more than once.
True. Serial pooper.
He's a serial pooper. Jeez. JC said at the Springfield Enterprise Rent-A-Car, we had a guy drive through the wall into the break room.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Drive right through.
That's crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
By the way, Steve Scott from Frazeysburg was text number 50. So Steve has tickets to see comedian Andrew Schultz at the Palace on Saturday, September 21st. Those tickets will go on sale this Friday morning at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster.
8:38 on your morning blitz with the Offspring, Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. They do a stripped-down version of that where it's just the piano. It's one of my favorites.
It's very good.
So good of Gone Away. If you ever get a chance to see it live, it's phenomenal. And it's a little couples therapy. Y'all ready to get into this?
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this?
Brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health. I had a guy reach out to me the other day because he's like, you're the testosterone guy. I've been feeling sluggish. I've got no passion for anything, no energy. You sound like you were talking about the same thing. Damn right. That's how it was. Literally just had this conversation with somebody yesterday. Can't rave enough about how much a testosterone injection has changed my life. And, you know, you see the things all over the place. Guys, we got to start taking care of us, ourselves. Don't put things off. If you feel like you have some bad energy and you want to feel better, get the testosterone checked. If you've got other problems in the bedroom that are hindering your relationship, don't waste money. Figure that out. Tri-State Men's Health. 6 locations overall, but 2 here in Columbus. Quick exit off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville. Give them a call. Get that consult. Get yourself right.
Yeah, before you're sending us couples therapy letters.
Exactly.
Which you can do.
You can do.
At theblitz.com.
Who's reading this one?
I will read it.
Okay,
All
that
right.
sounds good.
Go right ahead.
It says, I really need advice. My husband's entire family loves going on vacation together. The family is awesome, but the vacations are very stressful for me. As soon as we get to our spot, I completely disappear as far as my husband is concerned. He loves hanging with his family members and our adult children, but he barely speaks to me. These are the only vacations we go on. In 26 years of marriage, we only went alone once. He seems to recognize that I am down, but never says anything. Another trip is planned for August at a huge house in the Smoky Mountains. I told my husband I'm not going this time because I always feel so alone. He told me to try not to be so sensitive, that he and I are together every day, and these trips are the only chance he has to spend quality time with his family. So now I'm questioning if I am being too sensitive. That is from Aaron in Delaware.
Oh. Huh.
My only question here, as far as what we know, is she said he seems to recognize that I am down, but never says anything. Are you sure? Well, I guess he does know. Never mind. I answered my question. He told her not to be so sensitive, so he does know she has an issue. Duh.
Yeah, I kind of keyed into that same thing. Like, are you being clear with your needs? I'm not trying to blame her because I do think it takes zero effort for her husband to come alongside her. It doesn't take any time away from your family, bro, to come up next to your wife and say, are you doing okay? Is there anything I can get you? Or do you need anything? Or let's hang out together tonight. We'll go take a walk, whatever, or do something. That takes zero energy to do that and to assure your wife. I keyed into that part because I thought, is she being passive aggressive maybe, and that she's not getting her needs met but not being clear about what those needs are?
Right. Because she did tell him, I'm not going this time because I feel so alone.
She was explicit about it. So I feel like he's sort of, not to use an overused term, but gaslighting her, saying, listen, we're together every day. It's the only chance I get to spend quality time with my family. Okay, but she has a need and you're refusing to meet it? That feels a little bad. I don't know. What's your perspective, Lewis?
Well, I think that, she needs to understand that vacation's not just about her. If it were something where...
Sounds like it's nothing about her.
No, but I mean, again, if they were to take a cruise and he ignored her on the cruise because he met some guy at the blackjack table and would rather play blackjack than spend with his wife, I think she has legitimate argument. But with his entire family there, they've probably been taking this vacation for years. And this is their time to bond, too. Like he says, he sees her every day. You got to respect the fact that his family's there. And this might be their time.
Kelly, Charlie has how many brothers?
5 brothers. He's one of 6 boys.
You guys get together for big family gatherings. Does he ignore you?
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't ignore me, but we are pretty much off doing our things to host, our July 4th party that we do every year.
Right.
We're busy. He's doing his things and taking care of his things, and I'm taking care of mine. I don't feel ignored. I don't feel neglected because I don't feel that in everyday life.
Right.
I am absolutely secure in my marriage and the fact that my husband loves me. So, for us to have to part ways for a day to get our own things done and make sure everybody's happy and has what they need. Oh yeah, we're good with that.
But I mean, when everything's ready and the event's happening,
we check in with each other, whatever. That doesn't take any time, especially if you know your wife's hurting. Man, you can check in with her.
Now, you know, Lewis, you mentioned they've probably been doing this for years. I mean, they've been married for 26 years. So they've been going to these vacations. So I would think, Aaron, you have to have some relationships with some of these family members of his, right?
Right.
So why aren't you trying to do anything with, you know,
It does feel like we're missing something. We're missing part of the story.
I don't
here.
know. I don't want to gaslight Aaron, but maybe it is possible she's being too sensitive.
Yeah.
It is possible.
Just saying.
But he should be a little understanding and try to help out a little bit with this situation.
To a point, though. I mean, it is his family vacation. She agreed to go knowing that the entire family would be there.
Yeah.
I will say, too, my family, I have family that just came in from Oregon, and we did a bunch of stuff over the weekend. Some of them are still here. And every time Charlie and I go with either side of our family, we are kind of off doing our own conversations, and we're not together all the time. There seems to be maybe some type of insecurity in the relationship for Aaron, because if you're secure, I mean, you want your husband to go have a good time with his family. He doesn't get to see him as often as, you know, he gets to see you.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's-
do you not plan anything with anybody else in the family? Do you not? I mean, maybe she doesn't enjoy them. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
there
but
seems to be something else going on.
the other thing, though, is for him to say, you know, when she said, "I'm not going to go this time because I feel so alone," he says, "Don't be so insensitive. We're together every day. These trips are the only chance I get to spend quality time with my family. Then you shouldn't have a problem with her not going."
Well, that's true.
But then because that's part of the family. You marry into a family.
It doesn't sound like she's part of the family.
But the thing is like we do, like if we go to Hocking Hills with all of Charlie's family, it's a giant group of people. But Charlie and I are always together at night. We're always sleeping in the same bed. We're always together. So I can't imagine that's not the case here with Erin and her husband. Aren't you sleeping in the same bed together? Like, don't you have that time at night to check in and talk about each of your days? And
yeah. Dave says that's BS. He can share with her.
I don't know. I'm kind of coming around to your side, Lewis.
Well,
I was
I
kind of
just
mad
think-
at the husband for not checking in, but I sort of feel
Again,
like
different situation. They go on a vacation where it's just the two of them, someplace completely different.
They did that
He
once,
goes off.
but they did that once in 26 years.
Maybe then maybe it's on him to, hey, if you're gonna come with me to my family vacation, then I will take a cruise or go camping for a weekend together, just us somewhere down the road. But it's got to be, you can't get mad at the guy for going on his family vacation and spending time with his family. That just is not cool.
I do think the husband could do a better job of checking in, but I also, Aaron, want you to just do a little self-reflection. I'm not accusing you, but I'm wondering, are you sort of like, do you get so upset during that time that you're kind of punishing your husband? Like, you're not talking to him at night when you're like laying in bed and you're not having that conversation. You're just kind of ticked off at him, so you're ignoring him. Like, it feels like this situation maybe snowballs out of everyone's control.
Dustin in Johnstown said, "Some people can't even take a vacation. Boo effing who. Suck it up, Buttercup."
I understand sensitivity, though.
Yeah.
You feel bad. You feel alone. All you want is your husband to come up and put his arm around you and ask if you're okay. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Lori said, "My guess," and this was what I was wondering too, Lori, she said, "My guess is his family doesn't like her and ignores her as well." Wonder if that's going on. And JC, you are right on the money. I say this all the time. He said, "I've listened when I can, and for nearly all of the troubled relationships, they can be solved with better communication between the two people." And I always say that communication is the key to everything.
Agree.
Absolutely. And Lori's wondering if there's some information missing. Mike thinks there's a side piece involved.
Oh, not with the whole family there.
Josh asks, has she asked for a vaccination, just the two of them? I think he meant vacation, but a vaccination might...
Yeah, well, that was the thing. She said 26 years of marriage, they've been on vacation alone one time, and all the rest are big vacations with his family. You know, not hers, his family. His siblings and their spouses, and but I wonder about the other siblings and their spouses.
I don't know, Aaron, you're picking up on something that's an issue here in your marriage. I do think that there's something going on.
Yeah.
And I don't think your husband's having an affair, but you're not spending any time together, just the two of you. It's always with his family. And
just say when he says he this is his time to spend quality time with his family, just to say, well, can't I be part of the family too? You know, I mean, I think it could be that simple, right?
Man, I need just a hidden camera on this situation because I feel like there's stuff we don't know. I feel like you've left some stuff out, Aaron. But anyway, I feel for you. I'm a sensitive person as well. I love it when my husband comes up and checks in with me. I do love that. It makes me feel cared for. So.
I spend time with you every day. We call this a vacation. Why can't I have my own space?
Right.
All right. If you would like to send us an email, you would like us to read it on the air, you can send that to thickrick@theblitz.com, whether it's for couples therapy or for just any issue you might have. If you want some unbiased opinions, we are happy to give them.
I cannot speak about the righteous side of hell, but I can definitely say I've been on the wrong side of heaven. It's 8:54 in the Morning Blitz. Dick Kelly and Lewis. Good morning.
Just real quick, go back to our couples therapy email. Amanda texted in and said, my brother-in-law has a girlfriend that the entire family hates because she's selfish and complains the entire time. It's been years, and she now doesn't come to any of the family events. Sounds like maybe no one likes her. I hope that's not what it is.
Yeah.
Because, is that maybe why her husband's ignoring her? Because the rest of the family doesn't want her around, but he can't tell her not to come?
I mean, I really feel like we don't know this whole story.
I know.
But I'm not going to blame her for anything. I say it's normal to want some reassurance, I guess. Just somebody to care about you.
Mm-hmm. Hey, can we listen to Cardi B again?
Please! Oh.
So if you didn't hear, the House passed a bill that will automatically register men 18 to 26 for selective service. It always was, when you turned 18, you had to go register, for selective service, just in case there was a draft or a war. What, Lewis?
Right. No, it was just the fact of growing up.
Yeah, right. And so now it's just going to happen automatically. And for whatever reason, Cardi B saw the story and had to jump online and make a statement. Cardi B, if you don't know, is a rapper, and she's just funny. She's just a funny personality. But here's what she said.
So I just read an article saying that the House just passed a bill that they're going to automatically register men from 18 to 26 for war. Okay? And all I want to say is to America, good luck with that. These new little are TikTokers, baby. These ain't gonna fight no war. You're gonna die. You might as well just keep investing money in your guns, because these new kids, you want to send these new kids to fight these wars? The TikTok hip shakers? Out of your mind.
Out of your mind. Is she wrong?
No.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Good luck with that.
Right.
Oh, gosh. She does have a funny perspective, always. Love her or hate her. She's pretty funny.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Coronavirus!
Yep.
Right. Yep. That is Cardi B.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
Today's Juneteenth, a federal holiday to mark the end of slavery in the U.S. in 1865. Many government offices and banks are closed today. There's no mail delivery, and the stock markets are closed. No trash pickup in Columbus. The Melt Bar and Grill has filed for bankruptcy protection. Melt has closed 6 locations over the past 2 years, only has 4 left, but its biggest debts are for back rent at its Easton location and in the Short North. So that's it. They're filing for bankruptcy protection.
I thought that place was pretty popular, wasn't it?
I've not been there, but I've heard people talk about it. Yeah. Sounds delish. Some good news on the restaurant front for you fans of Smith & Wollensky. When they closed their Easton restaurant last year, they said, hey, we will be back as soon as possible in the Columbus area. We're like, yeah, all right, sayonara, see you later. They're coming back.
They are?
Yes.
Oh, good for them.
Smith & Wollensky is going to open a 300-seat restaurant at the Hyatt Regency downtown.
Oh.
No date for opening has been set. So
All
that's
right.
interesting. All right, let's talk about old JT, Justin Timberlake. He has not come in yet, although maybe you said that he said he had 1 martini.
He told the officer he had 1 martini. This is all hearsay.
Oh, Ossifer? I've only had one martini. Yeah, so it's all based on sources, all of the things we're hearing out of this DUI arrest. But apparently it's happened in Sag Harbor, Long Island, which is, I think, the Hamptons.
The Hamptons.
Okay. His mugshot's out there. Eyes looking a little bloodshot and glassy. Lewis says it could be just being tired. That makes you bloodshot and glassy as well. But Timberlake was handcuffed during his arraignment, apparently. This is according to a source. They say he seemed upset, and his wife, Jessica Biel, was not with him. Other sources say the police officer who pulled him over was so young he did not recognize Justin Timberlake even after the singer gave his name. He was like, okay. Like, they had no clue who he was because the officer was so young.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake is, of course, in his 40s, in the middle of his world tour. He's scheduled for court on July 26th, which is the day he's supposed to play his first of 2 concerts in Krakow, Poland. So that'll be an interesting little juggling act. I'm sure, being the gigantic celebrity he is, he'll be able to juggle that court date.
He'll bring sexy right back to court.
That's right. That's right. So I don't know.
I give credit to the officer for not buying into the "don't you know who I am" and letting him off.
Yeah.
I think he had more than one martini. There is some video that was floating around yesterday where you can see him driving away. So
I saw somebody who was supposedly at the establishment he was drinking, at which he was drinking, saying, oh yeah, that guy was like, Justin was finishing other people's drinks if they got up and left and there was still drink left in their glass. He was like chugging other people's drinks.
I mean,
I don't know if it's true. This is just secondhand. It's the only thing we're hearing because I don't think Justin Timberlake has made any kind of statement about it.
Not yet, but I mean, I'm sure it's coming sooner or later.
This is going to ruin the tour.
Oh yeah, he said that, right? At the arrest, supposedly.
The tour's got problems. His album sales, his last album was the lowest his album sales he's ever had in his career, and the tour has been hit or miss. Some cities sell out very well, others get canceled, and they add cities that, the cities he's added have been smaller cities, so it's like, hey, Springfield, Missouri, we've never been here. Congratulations, you're getting a show.
He's playing the United Center in Chicago this weekend.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of witnesses said he was wasted.
Yeah.
So, but again, who knows?
Some hours after his arrest, Britney Spears made a post on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Of course she did.
And it was a cocktail glass. And it was just a shot of a cocktail glass, and it said, "It's the little things, I don't know if it had anything to do with Justin Timberlake, but it sure seems like it does.
It did.
And he's not spoken of very favorably at all in her memoir, so I don't know.
Here's the thing. I do feel like he needs, because there's a lot of people that judge him, and fairly so, on what she wrote in the memoir, and then the way he behaved after the fact. A lot of this he's brought on himself. But I do feel like he deserves to speak his side of that happened in the 2000s, because I will die on the hill that says that decision was not made by the two of them alone.
Okay, well, he needs to write a memoir, and I'll read it. I give you my word on that. If he puts out a memoir, I will read it.
And that was a quick change.
I know. I said I wasn't interested in his side of the story, but I will. I'll give him a shot.
Because of the other side of Britney, and again, because of what her family and all the hanger-ons around her have done to her, I'm sorry, that girl, bat-ish crazy. She's got problems, and it's obvious if you spend any time at all on her Instagram.
Yeah.
She needs help. I'm not saying she's wrong, but I am saying she needs help.
I don't disagree with you.
Cry me a river.
And I think he acted like any 20-something-year-old kid with that kind of platform had at the time. Does it make it right? No. But
I hear you. It's all a context and age and immaturity.
Correct.
And what's happening. And
there were a lot of people
taking advantage of the two of them and their huge celebrity.
There were a lot of people, some of them I know personally, who were making a lot of money on those artists in that era.
Yeah, sure.
So I guarantee if someone's career was in jeopardy, there was a team of individuals who were involved in those decisions.
Well, you just can't let me go.
You can hate him all you want.
By Justin Timberlake. I get it. I get it. You're right. There's always good balance there. Always good balance.
You can hate him, and he was an idiot.
I don't hate him. I just am like, I don't like how that whole thing went down with Britney based on her side of the story.
Sure.
So
and
that's what I'm working with right now. Justin, you got to write me a memoir, okay?
And the Sag Harbor arrest, dude, that's on you. You were an idiot. You deserve whatever consequences come from that. You could have hurt somebody. You could have killed somebody. You had more than one martini. That's obvious by the mugshot photo. But, or maybe you were on some drug and you took a martini and it amplified the situation and you did only have one martini. But either way,
you can't refuse a breathalyzer without maybe getting a little side eye thrown at you by the officers.
He refused 3 times.
3 times. Although I think a good attorney would tell you to refuse.
Yeah, that's what
so
Vic was saying
I think,
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah, they do. They always say never blow. Even if you haven't drank. And I'm like, but if I haven't had a drink.
I mean, I don't know that I would say never blow. I mean, there are times when.
But if I haven't had any alcohol, why wouldn't I? Why would I want to end up with a court date and go through that hassle? You know what I mean?
Sure.
What?
Blow if you have to.
All right. Jeez. So, are either of you familiar with the website Page 6?
Yeah.
I mean,
I look at it almost every day.
Oh, do
I
you
love
really?
the gossip, man.
All
Yeah.
right.
It's usually about the Real Housewives, though, and I'm so bored with them.
Well, no, there's a story yesterday on Page 6 about Justin and how he has struggled with real drinking problems for years and was in a very dark place. Said his issues with alcohol go way back. It's not a secret. Everyone knows that he's had this very real drinking problem, and he's been hiding it and masking it for years. I've never heard that ever before, but it popped up as a link to the original story, and I'm like, what is this about? So that's what it says.
It's possible.
You know.
Oh, yeah, Page 6 got some good pictures of old Justin down in a drink. And it's not the only glass on the table, but there. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's an old one when the girl had his hand on his.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that was an old one.
Yeah.
Anywho's, guys.
Yeah, in the bar overseas. They were working on a movie together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good actor too. Everything I've seen him in, he's been really good.
Was it The Social Network?
Yeah.
He was good in that.
Yeah. Everything I've seen him in, he's been really good. So, yeah, all right.
Oh, well, you're not doing yourself any favors, JT. You're right on the heels of the bad press from the Britney memoir, and now you've been arrested for drunk driving. It's not that hard to not be arrested for drunk driving.
Yeah, especially when you're worth $250 million, dude, get a driver.
Yeah.
I would love to be chauffeured around all the time, never have to
I'll be the
actually drive.
chauffeur. It seems like he'd probably pay pretty well.
Right.
I hope so.
All right, guys, those are your three things.